The Dies Irae was the hardest movement to write because the problem is with the famous requiems, the sort of iconic ones that came before me, the Dies Iraes tend to be the most famous. So the Dies Irae has interesting uses in films. There's a quote from Dies Irae in Star Wars from John Williams' score. Dmitri Tiomkin used it in his score for It's a Wonderful Life. In the sequence at the end when he is going after the angel, when he's looking down over the river. Mike Oldfield's score from The Exorcist quotes Dies Irae. So Dies Irae is sort of this, even though people don't necessarily know it and they don't necessarily know how to name it, it's really part of our world. We hear it all the time. And the Dies Irae it's got so much interesting history. It was apparently written by a pope. The original chant melody was written by a pope, and the melody was sung to him by a bird. It's like, if that's not cosmic, I don't know what is. So the Dies Irae from Mozart's Requiem is iconic. Everybody knows it. It was an Amadeus. Everybody knows this piece. And the Dies Irae from the Verdi Requiem, same deal. It's been used in movie trailers for 50 years. So these pieces were rattling around in my head, and I was trying to sort of write my own original one, and it just wasn't happening. And the iconic tune is very familiar. So my problem was trying to come up with something original. I just couldn't do it. Classic 6th century chant melody goes like this. And then it goes on and on. Frustrating. I would sit there at the piano, writing all these different licks and different ideas, scratching out stuff, and I just hated everything. So all I would do is I would just punt. I would just say, okay, forget it, and I'd go to another movement. So the other movements that I just sort of, once I put myself to it, and once I sat with the prayers, and once I got to become best friends with the Latin text, they fell out. But the Dies Irae just didn't. So I kept waiting, and I would get these angry voicemails from Candace.
Steve, it's Candace. I need to know when we're going to get some music for the Dies Irae.
They had to have the music so they could rehearse.
It's going to take a long time to teach it with the various groups and go through everything. I'm just getting very concerned at this point that we're going to have enough time to make sure that it's prepared properly.
Where the men come in, pick up 55.
And it just wasn't happening. So I finally just sort of gave up and stopped trying to worry about writing that movement. Then, one afternoon, it finally hit me. Now I have something.